Trying to keep it clean, brother. You never know who could be watching, man. Biggie Shaq's coming for you motherfuckers, dude. And what you gonna do? What you gonna do, man?
You don't hurt me. You don't hurt me.
Oh, I forgot to take the banner down. Son of a biscuit. So close. So close.
Nice though, man. You nailed it.
I still buried it in the end. Son of a biscuit. But you know what? It's a late night show. I don't have to be keeping it in. I can say son of a bitch.
Hey,
Anyway.
cheers to you, brother.
Cheers, John. How are you? No, cheers to you. Let me get some background music in because I got to get my beats, got to get my lo-fi hip hop because this is, you got to get the mood set. This is disco after. You know what? I don't even have the mood set. I don't even have the mood set. Hold on.
Setting the mood right
There
now.
we go. Hold on.
Biggie's in the chat. Biggie, you got to go back and rewatch the intro to this video because you are a
Oh, there we go.
Big
Now
the
I'm
intro.
starting to feel the mood. Now we're starting to feel it. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Welcome to another edition of Disco After Dark, the adult comic book community chat. Let's see if this overlay fits. Bam! We've even got that going. It's working. Everything's working tonight except for my timing. I want to thank everybody tonight for joining me. We've already got 18 people. I might as well hit, let's hit the chat early. Let's hit them early. We're going to hit the chat early. We're going to hit the chat often. And we're going to start right now with Burke Family 54 Comics was early.
Nothing says disco after dark like family and kids.
There you go. Right? There we go. Two Gun Pedro was popping in early. Perry Comics says, yo, I hope Perry, I hope you lurk us tonight. You told me you were going to lurk this show tonight. Where it's happening. C. Woodard says, we've got disco fever. Hey, TJ, the Slab Dragon Watson is here. Thank you very much for joining me, sir. I'm very happy to see you. Comic Jabroni. Hey, if we're lucky, maybe we'll get a Jabroni sighting later. I'm just saying, you never know. Needmo Comics is in the house. Like I said, Steve's here. Kenny, the king of the intro bumpers, is here. As a matter of fact, if we're lucky, maybe Dylan will stop by because he said he had something really cool to show us, and I'm already ready for him if he shows up. My man, Chris Barrett, and one of the best. I'm getting Chris on the show at some point. Super excited. Chris has got to be on, and so Hack 79 is also somebody I want to get on the show. Right? Come on,
consistent supporters, those people that show up for everything. I don't know if you know Chris Sherrick, but I feel the same way about Chris Sherrick.
Oh yes.
He doesn't catch a lot of stuff live because of his work schedule, but he comments on so many. I'll watch other people's videos and I'll scroll down and there's Chris's comment before anybody.
I agree, man. Dex Funko Popping Comics is in the house. Thank you for stopping in. Let me go down the list here one more time. Aggressively Relaxing. Tell me what your opinion on this handle. I'm putting it top 5. I am putting Aggressively Relaxing's handle is top 5. I mean, it's right up there. It's really, really good.
Absolutely.
Chris Barrett says, you heard it here first, folks. I don't even have to say it out loud. Chaos in Comics. You know that chaos will reign, or at least that's what he says, in 2020. That's going to be fun. I can't wait to see that. I'm already getting flagged, right? I'm getting flagged for all the movie. Yeah, I've already been flagged. All right, this thing's going to get all taken down anyway. Did you know my morning show got flagged?
What happened in that?
I don't know. I got this thing. I checked to see if I was monetized at all for it, and it said, nope. You've got content that I don't even what the picture say. Yeah, let me read it out. That it was just, you know what? Let me finish the chat first. Anyway.
Yeah.
Downright Nerdy Podcast is here. He's driving home. Thanks, Mike. How you doing? I've also got an open invite to him to come on.
Mike had a great video recently on Star Wars. He and Riley talking about Mandalorian and the new film, and I disagreed with a lot of their comments, but it was such a great discussion. I really enjoyed the whole thing. So
tell me the main point that you disagreed with.
They didn't really love Rise of Skywalker. They loved Mandalorian. I would just sort of flip that around. Okay. I like Skywalker a lot more. I will rewatch Skywalker. I probably will never rewatch The Mandalorian.
Dylan said, no, it's going down and I'm putting in his Thor video tonight. Oh, man.
He also said he'd be there.
I sent you the link. Big Ben 70s in the house says, what's up? How you doing? I didn't miss anybody today. Bob World, who I'm always shouting out for taking care of all of the cool graphics that are, uploaded on Comic Core. Bob World is doing that, and he didn't get no love. So I just want to give him a little love there.
I subbed Bob's World, and every time he drops a new one, I hit that like button because I'm like, dang, he did it again.
I just want to make sure the size on this one. I think it's man, you got like 4 of them, man. What's up with this? Hold on, I'm trying to load this. Man, I think this one. We'll see. We'll see if this works. I'm trying to load another intro bumper. I'm having a great time with these intro bumpers. Dylan, you need to stop in so we can show this intro bumper. At least stop in for that.
I think he said up there a little higher up above Bob's World thing. I'll be there, brother. Just give me a yeah.
Oh, there it goes. Cool, sweet, good. Yeah, because that's going to be fire tonight. You're definitely not going to want to miss that. All right, let me go back down. Man, there's a lot of people in this chat. Okay, I think I got everybody. Whoa, what about Needmo? Did I get Needmo in there? Boom, Needmo. He didn't care. He didn't care for it either. But hey,
honestly, I'm in the minority as far as enjoying this new trilogy and not enjoying The Mandalorian as much. But that's just me. And Great Legend is in the chat.
Oh, my goodness. This is all-star cast. Hey, you know what? Real quick, I got something that I want to share with you, and it goes like this. Oh, yeah. Another great intro right there from my man Edwin. The comic Jabroni is in the house. You're killing it too, bro. You know what? Cheers to everybody. Cheers to everybody tonight. We are in Disco After Dark.
Old fashioned with the orange peel, guys. What is up?
Ooh, very, very nice. Very nice move. This is, I am getting chills here tonight, folks. This is going to be good. Thank you for joining me, man. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for sending me the invite, brother.
Feeling it right now. I love. As a matter of fact, I think I told the story earlier this morning in the morning show. I'm jumping back on the treadmill because of you're streaming on Instagram where you're sitting you're sitting in the home gym in the garage and you just dropping truth and you're dropping motivation. And motivation is just something that you can't put a dollar amount on because it's so important. It changes people's lives, and that's what you're doing, man. That's what you're doing. I want to thank you for that.
Yeah,
seriously,
you're welcome, brother. Stay active.
Kids are like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? What am I doing? I can watch The Mandalorian while I'm on the treadmill. Come on."
Yeah, you got to be like Rod the Rican, man. He says he hears me when he goes walking. He hears me in his head, man. He's like, Edwin's telling me to go walk, go be active, be active. You got to do
body in motion stays in motion, right?
Yeah, man, you got to live longer, bruh.
There you go. There you go. So you know what? Let's get started by asking John, who dropped the video today. As a matter of fact, if you check this out, if people who check the description below, go ahead and check the video description below. I've got links to both of these gentlemen's latest videos and their channels. So both of their latest videos and their channels have links in the description below. I bet you everybody in the chat's probably already subbed up to you, but if they're not, man, check out their content. It's great stuff. I mean, dude, John, tonight, this whole series, how many different characters are there now? That's the question I had. How many different John characters are there?
So I think this would have made 21, but I think because the robot has repeated, so I want to say it's like 18.
18 different John characters.
Yeah.
That's
and
quite
impressive. That doesn't count like the guy with the pipe that appeared on Perry's show. He hasn't appeared on my show yet. I don't know why. He just hasn't appeared yet.
We got to get that one. You know what? The Great Legend is in the chat. He's going to be taking off because he's got some stuff to do, but I really appreciate you stopping in tonight, the Great Legend. And the immortal Biggie Shaq, who's just, I can't even say enough about immortal Biggie Shaq. Did you guys hear I don't know if you guys watched but my wife, I'm doing the dishes, and she walks up to me and she goes, "You bitch at the kids for watching, the kids sit at YouTube and watch people play Barbies, and you yell at them and tell them, turn that off, play with it yourself. But you're over here watching a grown man drive around Ohio and you're laughing your ass off. And you're doing this for hours. Dude, and I'm like, I don't know. I can't stop. It's totally Biggie Shaq is almost addicting.
I watched Biggie Shaq go and argue about the warranty on something the other day, and I was like, I wouldn't do this myself, but I would happily watch Biggie
Watch
do it.
Biggie Shaq do it. It's addicting, kind of watching him do it. I'm
There
kind of
was
living.
one. He got a
living my
phone
life
call.
vicariously.
He got a phone call, and this lady, I don't know if it was his mom, his grandma, I don't know who it was asking for a dime bag of weed or something. She's like, "You got weed? I need weed." He's like, "Oh yeah, I got you." Then they started talking about something else from the grocery store. Like, man, this is entertainment right here.
He needs
Nowhere
John
else.
John Binks. Who's John John Binks?
He wants me to do one of my characters as Jar Jar Binks. The Star Wars.
no.
He's been asking for a Star Wars episode for so long.
Oh, all right,
I don't
that's
want to
good.
be slapped with one of those Disney lawsuits.
Ooh, you don't
Chris
need that.
Pratt. Oh no, definitely not, man.
That'd be worse than
crazy.
42,000.
But
Right?
you can't expect more Lego comic community universe to be coming soon.
Oh, I can't wait
Oh
for that.
man, that's great, man. I love this series. Do you have anything else planned for 2020 YouTube wise as far as new series? Because now refresh us on what your content is, John. You're all over the place, actually.
I
I
got two main live shows every week. I do comic book club, new comic book club with Alec, White Whale Comics. We do that every Wednesday. We rotate weeks. Sometimes it's Alec's channel, sometimes it's mine, and we pick a new book, usually coming out each Wednesday, and we read it, discuss it, and usually crap all over it. And then Saturday mornings, I'm with my girls. We sit on the couch and we just share whatever books we've been reading. For me, it might be the new Image #1, and for my girls, it might be Archie comics. You just never know what they're going to be sharing. But it's just time for me and my girls to be talking about the good books that we're reading. And then, of course, I'm on the Comic Core Wednesday. Yeah. Those are my live shows that I do each week. Edited wise, I got two series that I'm kind of working on. I have the review shows I've been trying to pump out every Thursday. I've been trying to drop an edited review show. Usually it's centered on a certain company. So like Indies one night was tonight, and then I got DC next week, and then Marvel the week after that. The Marvel one seemed to be the most popular. I don't know if it's just I have more Marvel fans or if it's just Marvel is better these days. I don't know what's going on there. And then I have the starting line, which I haven't done forever, but I did drop one this week.
Hold on. Here we go. I love that series, by the way. I love that intro, and I love that series. Seriously, it's great information. It sometimes as a new reader, you don't want to even get involved in a new title because it's so daunting as to where do I start, man? Yep. And if someone would just tell you, hey, here's a good story arc to start,
and you know,
at least you get an arc in, and then you're like, okay,
I got a right?
Yeah, I got a feel for it. I could see where I want to go.
For me, it all started because I still to this day can't figure out where to start reading Guardians of the Galaxy. Like every time I try reading that damn book, it's like some random new team, and I don't care. Like I don't like these people. I don't know what's going on. Some random leader. So every time I read a new run on Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm always disappointed. And I was like, can somebody please just give me the definitive Guardians of the Galaxy to read?
Why are you doing that to yourself, John? Stop reading it.
Just don't stop reading it. It's that easy.
This video series instead.
Kenny, yes, I got every. Look at it. Kenny says it's funny how JB's got everybody's intros on deck. The one that started it, Kenny, was. That's got all our heads popping, dude. I love that one.
That one is my favorite. I love Comedy 84.
Drop this one right here. This is the one.
Oh, I like his. Dude, you're doing what? You changed yours too.
I'm bored, and I change it up, man.
Oh man, I could just do these all night, man. I'm serious. These are great, but no, that's my new thing. If I get somebody who has an intro bumper, I'll introduce them with their bumper. So that's why I want Dylan to come on because he's got a fire new bumper.
It's good. It's good.
It's fucking awesome. Another Comic Head 84 production, folks, may be debuted live here tonight. If
Hey,
Dylan
you know who has
on.
a new one? Perry's got a new one. I liked his.
Perry, hold up, wait, I got Perry's. What you talking about, man? At the end, where he's
That's a
giving
good
it
one.
that
That's a good one.
shake at the end. I love that one too, man. Oh shit! Cheers to everybody in the chat. Cheers to my panel
Salud.
members tonight, the guests on the show. Man, good stuff. Good stuff. So, 2020.
2020.
What's the channel? What are you bringing channel wise, YouTube channel wise in 2020?
Some of the same stuff, man. Reviews on Thursdays. I'm gonna keep doing this live stream that I do on Fridays because it seems to be working well. I do it at a time when people are usually like working or taking their break, so they can like listen to me in the background.
Nice.
Yeah, the smooth sounds of the Jabroni coming at you.
The sweet
Welcome back.
sultry sounds.
Welcome back. Welcome back, guys. So, but I want to try something new, man, in this new year. We have like 5 different half-price books here in town.
Ooh,
and like 3 or 4 different flea markets. So I want to start recording and doing live streams of me hunting, like kind of like what big maybe edited. I don't know.
Yeah,
I see a lot of the big retro video game channels where they'll go to flea markets and they'll hunt for video games. Well, why?
Edwin, for your channel, I absolutely think you should do it edited so you can put some copyright good music over the top of it. Because some of the issues with when you go hunting, especially like if you watch when he's hunting for pops, he'll go into the stores hunting for pops. In the background music will get him a copyright strike inside of whatever store you're in, and you're not even thinking about it. You're in there hunting, and in the background the Beatles are playing, and Sony music is going.
Yep, got you.
Hey, baby. So I think for your channel, your bigger channel, I would edit it. Throw some background music in it, get your intro and your outro. When you find a book, throw a picture of it next to your head so that we can actually see the whole book. And I want to do, because I've seen from these retro video game, YouTube videos, is they'll put like the retail, like how much it retails for and how much they actually got it for, if they got it for a deal or whatever. And at the end, they kind of show you everything that they picked up. So I'm gonna try that out, man. We'll see how that goes. Have either of you guys gotten a chance to see what Big Will's been doing?
Yeah, his auction the other night, and then
he's been doing a lot of live stream with you.
His auction was cool, dude. He's done changing the game.
The
for
siren.
Auctions. That scared the shit out of me, man. That's the first time that siren went off on the 2-minute bell. I done shit my pants. Unbelievable. He didn't tell me at all that he was going to do that, man.
Oh my god! It's like I was submarine or something.
But it's just so different. It works, and it's quick, and ultimately, I think he maybe cost himself some money, but maybe he doesn't, because he actually moved so many more. He got so many more lots done in a good time. And if you got to keep in mind that peak audience. The peak audience is going to stay with you the whole time. So he hit all his lots in an hour and a half, which was like awesome. And he only lost money on 4 of them.
But in the long run, he made it back.
And I think like on those 4, if it was a traditional style, they probably would have gotten another couple bucks out of him. Bid, fold, wait. I'm waiting.
Imagine though, if he builds an audience for it, how much easier it'll be to make money on lots. People keep tuning. I mean, he had maybe 40 people in the chat at one point. You look at some bigger auctions where they have 70 people in the chat because they know the routine. They show up what to expect. If he builds up an audience for his auctions, I don't think he's going to lose money on those ones that he did.
Damn, that sucks.
You got a random bar. And then, okay, now that I got you guys on the panel, I know John's been on it because he's helped me. What do you think of this pop-up shop thing I'm doing? Isn't that crazy?
It's different. I'm not an auction guy.
It's not an auction, my friend. It's a buy it now.
You gotta buy the dollar, right? So it's $1.
They're $1.
What numbers? Yeah, the letters that you want. I've never gotten into it, man. I've watched a few. I have never bought from one of these auction YouTube. But hey, you guys do what you do, man. I want to sell books like you guys do. So
Yeah.
No, I love the
So how did-
system.
No, go ahead.
I like the system, JB, because I'll tell you, books are usually a real good bargain almost every single time. I think the audience has helped you in advance decide what a fair market value for a book is beyond just looking at Go Collect or whatever. They're able to say that's $1 book. That's $1 book.
yeah.
Then it's like, and I even spoken to you about it. I like what we needed was a comic book community dollar bin. You know, that what books cost $1 in Philadelphia, it's different than in Texas versus in San Francisco. So to have just a system where people are like, I'd be willing to pay $1 for that. And they can, instead of going to their local shop, which might have a really crummy selection, they go to your pop-up shop and they say, "Ooh, for $1, heck yeah, I'll take that book." And they can get a book.
They do. You never know who's reading what title or who's collecting what, and you're just out there for this huge audience that says, "Fuck, for $1, yeah, man, I collect that shit. That's my red filler," you know. And I was
talking to Chad from the Comic Core about it because he was basically saying the same thing, where he's like, "I've seen books that people are going crazy spending $15 on that I can find in a dollar bin." And I was like, "Well, that's basically what JB is doing. Is he's basically saying the community says this is a $1 book. I'm putting it in the dollars. If you want it,
here's $1.
It's free." I think
you had Burke Nasty or Burke Family today telling you like, "Hey, this is $1. That's $3.
Yeah,
that's a two." Yeah, I saw that earlier today.
And so, then those books will show up on the next pop-up shop.
You guys see? Can you guys see who's backstage from where you're at? Oh, you can't. No. Okay. All right, folks. Here we go. You gotta hit your timestamp because we have got ourselves a world premiere.
Oh, here we go.
A world premiere. This is breaking news. Are you ready? For the first time that I know of, some people out there have probably seen it. Introducing with a brand new intro bumper brought to you by Comic Head 84 Productions, our man.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah, come on, man. Come on, Dylan, that was fire, bro.
Yo, that's all 84. I just thought of the clip.
I gotta see it again. Hold on, I gotta see it again. Hold on, one more time.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Dude, we just thought about that clip like last night. When were we talking about that?
Having Jabroni here for that
day before New Year's.
Arnold fan, I know.
Right? No,
Dylan, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
Well, yeah, dude, it was Pop that Rockin' Robbie Billups. He was like, he's always like, every time I'm in the chat, he's like, "Dylan, you son of a bitch." And I was like, "What the fuck is that from?" I know it because I'm a big Predator fan. I look up the clip, and then we were talking about it last night. I send 84 Kenny the intro or the clip. Dude, he's like, and then he sends me, he's like, "Yo, I got the intro, and I got a logo for you." I'm like, "What?"
Have you used it yet? Like on one of your videos?
I'm doing my first one tonight. So you guys, that was the first time anyone.
That was the world premiere right there.
The only thing, God damn, it's so good too, man. But the only thing I want to know is if it's gonna get a copyright strike every time you use it.
Will it?
Dude, that's what I want. That's what I was.
So the video I made for John about the like what things I would give to different comic community members, I used an Arnold Schwarzenegger clip.
That means I'm gonna get it. What are you talking about?
I got a copyright strike on that video. Yeah.
Fuck.
I fucking love that, man. But that's the only thing I can think is like, damn, I know. Copyright strike every time.
About too.
Just for those 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Damn, it's so
it's like, like 5 seconds.
What's that?
I thought there was a limit. Like you could play.
I used to try and keep mine under 8 seconds. C says no, it's too short for a copyright strike. I like trying to keep mine under 8 seconds. And then most of the ones that I've always gotten hit on were music related. It's when I got a mute, when I think Oh man, somebody was doing an auction. They said it was going to go all night long, and I pulled the freaking all night long from. I did. I pulled it, and I. The first time I did it, I only played one bar of it, and I got away with it. And I'm like, all right, cool. The second time I did it, I played the second bar too, where he said it twice. Boom! Strike.
If Comic Kid 84 says it's okay, then it should be because that dude has been kicked off YouTube.
Yeah. I think he probably did that
Absolutely.
purposely, so because he knew. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, shit. You know
one.
what? Hey, if I'm getting a strike, let's play one more time. Am I gonna get?
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
All right, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Look at
Kenny,
the
you're the
24-inch
shit.
pythons, man.
Yo, he
Yeah, right?
He told me 20 minutes he cooked that up. Your man is a goat.
Oh man, good night, Steve. Burke Family 54 Comics hashtag Forever Nasty is going to bed tonight.
Oh yeah, it's a claim, not a strike. You're not gonna get a
It's
strike.
a claim. Yeah, it's a claim. It's not a strike. It's not. It's
They'll
a
just
claim.
put,
Absolutely, it's a claim.
They'll put some dumb ads on your shit.
I've already gotten ads on my shit now. Which, by the way, I did research this, and anybody who's watching any of my shit on the rewind, and people actually are, which is great. Yeah, I really appreciate you watching my shit on the rewind.
That claim though, they gonna act
But,
like they own my
you can
shit
skip
then?
the ad. You don't have to watch the ad. It does not affect anything. You can just skip the ad every time. Boom, skip, no problem.
Hey, let me tell you this though, DB. I was watching an ad for one of Perry's things. I was like, oh, that's interesting, and I clicked on it.
Oh,
and
shit.
Perry, like two days later, Perry's in a little group chat with Edwin and Rod and I, and he's like, dude, I don't know what happened, but like this latest video I got has like very little views, but it's like it may be like $3.
Oh,
And I was like,
why?
that's probably my dumb ass because I actually clicked on the link.
Oh shit.
So if you click on the link, you actually get more profit than just like watching the ad.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, the ads they're putting on my shit right now. I'm like, really? No.
Yeah, what the hell is this?
Man, what the
This
hell?
one was for like
Fiber
this one was for like a legit fighting lightsaber. These guys were like whipping these things around and fighting, and I was like, dude, I gotta find out what these things
Gotta
are
see
made
what
of.
this thing's
You're gonna
about.
cut your hand off,
Find
John.
out what it's made of.
You're gonna cut your hand off, John. Don't get one of those.
No. It's like it's not like, it's not like an actual laser, but it was like these guys were swinging these things so freaking
Real.
hard.
Come on, John.
It was crazy. So I was like, I gotta check this out.
That's awesome. So, I don't mention. What else is going on? The hot read. You got books. I haven't got my books. I didn't get my books. Chino opened back up today, and I haven't gotten a chance to get out to Concord. So I know you got books. Edwin's got books. Dylan, did you get any books this week?
Oh yeah, I got mine.
Oh yeah.
Tuesday.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were doing reviews.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday night.
Okay, Wednesday night. Yeah, I want to get you in trouble. You filmed that shit Tuesday. You know you did.
No, I didn't even read only 2 of the books. I was doing the live stream. I wanted
Viagra ads on JB's channel. Oh shit! You gotta be kidding me.
I love that Perry's like, yeah, click all my ads, bro.
Click them all, man.
So, what am I peddling? Oh shit! I was peddling something. I forgot to say what I was peddling. Right? I made a T-shirt today, folks.
I saw that.
I made a T-shirt today. As a matter of fact, I think if I have this set up right, I think I can put the link in the chat, can't I? Let's see if this works. Oh yeah. JB made a T-shirt.
JB, you're the first one I showed the the intro to. And then I showed
you.
Perry. So that's a world premiere, bro. I didn't
That
even
was
put
the
it
world
on
premiere. We world premiered that right now. I got a new
I knew you
T-shirt.
would want to see it, dude.
It just says hashtag comic book cousins across the chest. Something simple, something easy. By the way, I'm at 19 likes. If you can squeeze me out one more of those, get to 20, that would be sweet. I'll take that.
I haven't liked it yet.
There you go. I see
I
20
was
now.
going to say I forgot to
Thank you.
too.
Thank you.
I
Thank you
got
very much.
21.
Bam, killing it. Yes. So hashtag comic book cousins T-shirt. There is the link. These things are crazy, stupid, expensive. Wait till they go on sale. I know the Teespring has some saley, goofy things. Wait for that. But yeah, I figured why the hell not? That's what they say. You got to sell a T-shirt, and I'm like, all right, I got to come up with something. So let's try it. Why not? If you're interested, you know what I put on the description? So the title of the item is comic book cousins, hashtag comic book cousins T, And then in the description it says, "Join the family."
What? I put it on mute. What?
Right?
This ain't like
join the
this
family.
ain't West Virginia cousins, is it? Arkansas.
No kissing cousins.
We ain't kissing cousins.
Okay.
Yeah. I know that.
Thank you very much for the
messaging
update on
you,
I'm still have it like for the day.
If I ever want an intro, I want to be on the treadmill seat in the music video in the club. Music video from In the Club. I don't know that one. I have to get that one. All right.
That's 50 cent.
Who got pickups? Because I didn't get it. I got a list of shit that I wanted. Let me tell you what's on my list, and you tell me if any of these were on your list. I got Thor #1 B cover, Star Wars #1, the blank cover.
I didn't get that one.
Blank cover, because you got to think. Remember my 2020 goals. I'll tell you the 2020 goals. Blank cover. Star Wars #1. Miles #14. Sword Daughter #9. Joker Harley #2. Daredevil #16.
Oh, you know I don't get that.
Marauders #5.
Yes.
X-Men #4.
Yeah.
Oh, that hot doo-doo garbage water.
Hot dude, garbage
Tripping.
water.
Man.
Sorry, Edwin, I'm gonna let you
No,
right now.
No.
Edwin,
X4 was one of the dopest issues out the Dawn Act.
this is legit on par with Marauders. That's how good this one
Who
was.
did the artwork?
Godfather
Who did
meets
the artwork?
fucking X-Men, bro.
You,
Yeah, Eulin and Francis.
dude, this
Literally
one is,
ugliest artwork.
I'm saying
Oh,
I was
no.
with you. I
I'm
was
with
with
you on
you
that.
on issues
They're
1
having a
and
dinner,
3.
right? It's a dinner. They're at a dinner table. They're talking mutants, why they're better than the rest of the countries that they're trying to sell these drugs to. That's what I was told.
They're
It's
at a
way more than
boardroom. They're having like a
Boardroom, they're at a table
Yeah,
talking.
yeah.
Why the hell am I reading X-Men to have fucking people
Dude.
sitting at a goddamn table talking shit?
Give me,
That's
give
Why
what
me,
in
you
number
think
one am
until
I
you
going to
read
read
it.
about
Edwin, give me-
about this?
give me 20 seconds.
Here we go.
Give me 20 seconds,
Here we
Edwin.
go. Here we go. Here we go.
So legit, you're right. They show up to a meeting at the table and they're discussing among nations what's going on. But downstairs, there's a hit squad that's going to wipe out all the mutants at the meeting. And what happens is while the meeting is happening, we're watching Cyclops sneak downstairs and launch an attack on this squad of guys, this SWAT team that's ready to kill our mutants. It is legit badass. Dude,
All right.
it is
It
right
should
up
be
there
there.
with the stuff that Marauders is doing. I will admit that 1 through 3,
Star Wars.
1 through 3 were just mind numbing. Issue 4 was awesome. You should read it.
The artwork wasn't even that bad because I
No,
agree.
it
with
wasn't.
you,
I
Tony.
say
I'm not a
4
fan
is
of the
like-
artwork.
If they keep making issues like that one, then yes,
Fuck
you're
the artwork,
that's going to be
bro.
a great book.
The artwork wasn't that bad in that one though.
No, it wasn't.
Because I hated the artwork in the first 3.
But I was with you, Edwin. I stopped picking it up, but I cruised by my shop today and they had back issues like that on sale for 50% off. And I just grabbed 3 and 4. And
if you get
4
it,
was so
if you get it for $1.50, then it's worth it.
4 was great. You
Yo,
should
bro,
definitely read
dude, I'm gonna give you the digital code, bro, so you don't gotta pay nothing, Jabroni. You need to read it. I'll send you the digital code tonight.
Chemist, you're on my hit list for 2020. That is
He's like, I don't want it.
I will take that. Let's talk on IG before you go get rid of that.
And for anybody worried about spoilers, I was not spoiling it. There's a whole lot more in this issue, and I don't want to tell you how it all turns out and what goes on with the SWAT team and what goes on at the negotiating table. But it is great. It is really great.
Brony, pass me that toilet paper, baby.
Unbelievable. Don't
Damn.
read doo-doo water.
I don't read the hot garbage water or the doo-doo water, man. They don't nope.
Dude, who sent you that scale of Jabroni?
Yeah, Varangian Vigilante sent the scale of comic Jabroni bad comics. And I'm gonna use that in one of my next videos.
You watch his videos because you're gonna see this graphic.
scale.
is amazing.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Phenomenal.
From
You're
doo-doo
an
water
organ
to hot
on?
garbage water, man.
So you're not liking any of my
Organ?
stuff. You didn't like Joker Harley? Really? Joker
I didn't-
Harley 1? You didn't like it?
I
Black
picked
Label?
it up, but I can't pay, what is it, $7, $8?
$7. Yeah, I think the $7.
And I didn't like it that much.
That's
Well, I
good.
will say both of the X titles I read this week,
Marauders.
Marauders and X, were both really, really good.
Yo, and Star Wars this is really good.
It was it good?
It's good,
Yeah.
man.
It was good.
Good.
Thank goodness.
In my opinion, Empire Strikes Back's the best Star Wars movie, right? And I might get flack for that, which I shouldn't.
No.
I should not
No.
have seen it.
It's
Right?
universally regarded as the
Yes.
best.
I mean, that's what everyone says. I thought.
No, it's not. You would
Absolutely.
think
Come
so,
on.
dude. But I
Too
saw
many
people
iconic
on
lines.
Twitter.
Got everything we
I
wanted.
mean, mine's Return of the
Cliffhanger at the end.
Empire is second.
Yes.
I'm your
So-
father. What?
This
Come
takes
on.
place literally moments after Empire ends.
It's fire. You see the Darth Vader one? That I think that's tying into the it's gonna be Solo, but it takes place right after Empire. So I'm down for that one too.
My buddy Comics Misexplained, Jason's in the chat, and he's shouting out Daredevil, which I know you mentioned.
Picked up Daredevil 16.
Daredevil's been one of the most consistent books.
Starsky's been killing it.
I've been picking
Despite what
every
Edward says.
but I haven't been reading it. I read
Edward,
issue 4 and
even
fell off.
Even Perry's picking up this book now.
Star Wars.
Well, I pick it up. I got all 16 issues. I just haven't been reading it.
It's worth the read, brother. You'll like it.
I don't get it.
I know, man. I'm a big Daredevil guy too, so
It's fun to read in trade form too. So if you just sat down and read all 16, you'd be way in.
I haven't got my Star Wars book yet. It's in route.
slower pace, isn't it? So I'd always read it kind of towards the end, and I'm so tired already. So your eyes are just like, man, I can't do with all this talking.
Revenge.
Did you see that 1-2 comic talk? What he just said?
Yeah, he said check your Star Wars book, but I don't have it yet. I mean, it's
Okay, so the blank cover variants, there are a few of them out there that have Thor on the inside. So it's Star Wars blank cover, and then inside is Thor, the new issue of Thor, #1. I've only seen one, and it was on Facebook. I don't know if it was real.
Hey, but don't be worried, JB. It sounds like an error print. You'd probably make some money.
Yeah, might be something I want. All right.
Right?
I mean, all right.
I was going to say that Chaos in Comics made a great joke. First appearance of Wolf of Wall Street Apocalypse, which is totally true. Apocalypse shows up to that board meeting all dressed in a suit like the Wolf of Wall Street. It's badass. He looks so good.
John.
Everyone's drinking little glass wine cups, and they hand him like a big cup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's great.
Nice.
Yo, he says some OG shit in that too, though.
Daredevil. What is wrong with you, Perry? Are you?
No,
serious?
Perry's joking. He's being sarcastic.
Okay.
He's legit picking this book up every week.
Okay.
I don't believe you, John.
It is facts.
I don't know. I mean, the book might be good, but I don't believe you that Perry's picking it up.
He is facts.
Perry only gets Usagi.
This is also the craziest, most wackadoo book at Marvel. Agents of Wakanda is insanity, and I freaking love it. It's
Why
hilarious.
did you buy this?
Dude, it's one of those books that is just bonkers, and it cracks me up. The whole idea. They're fighting like crazy plants on the moon. This is just a wackadoo hilarious book, and I just love every page. There's nothing like it.
All right, is Comics Mystics? What's going on here? Was Thor 1 not good?
No. I skipped it.
I didn't get it because it's in the mystery.
We're hearing from the comic community. We're not hearing from the hype. We're talking to the people who read the comics, and you're telling me it's not good?
No, it's the best of the fucking week.
Ooh.
I didn't people telling me these are for these people right next to me, or we're right here. They're the first people I even heard that said they passed on it. Besides Biggie,
I passed on it because it's in the mystery mail call for January, and I'll get it.
You're still getting it then.
Yeah, I'm
gonna read that. To get that limited cover too. So
the rare cover, you're gonna read that one. That's the issue you're gonna use as your reader copy. Like, clean my hands. The only one I'm gonna keep.
Bro.
I'm gonna read.
If you don't like Johnny Cage, then all right, you ain't gonna like it probably. But
this
Johnny
Justice
Cage
League
gonna
Dark was my read of the week.
Hold on. Justice League Dark.
This was
how long
fire.
has Justice League Dark been good?
It was, dude. It's been good the whole time.
Well,
from
I
issue
dropped
1.
it.
From issue, see, he dropped it, so it couldn't have
I
been.
dropped it and I picked it up because I love this cover.
Okay,
but this upside down man that came back in this issue is insane. It's like scary looking guy, man. Creepy as shit. Ooh, he's creepy, man.
Is he a new villain?
Yeah, he's new to this new Justice League Dark series.
I grabbed this. I listened to Jabroni.
Is that the trade?
I listened to Jabroni. I listened to him. I picked this trade up, and I've been reading it. I'm almost done with this first trade. It's amazing. It's great. I've also picked up Kanto because of him, and my daughters are loving it just like me. It's been great. Today I picked up issue 6, and I got my buddy Spidey fan sending me issue 5. And I'll be able to read the whole of Kanto before the trade comes out. So Kanto, Justice League Dark, Jabroni is right.
And who's writing Justice League Dark?
Tinian.
And guess who's writing the new Batman series?
Indian dropping
My
next week.
God, I can't wait.
And the covers for next week are fire.
Next week.
Dude, it's Deathstroke on top of the Batmobile with Batman, and he's like swinging the sword trying to like smash it. It's that Batman, Deadpool, or Deathstroke. Sorry, Deathstroke. That Deathstroke Batman cover for next week's Batman cover. Awesome.
I should look that up. Well, that
It
works.
makes me. I was trying to talk Alec into doing it for book club. I was like, "Hey, it's a whole new writer on Batman. Everybody's gonna be talking about it. Let's read it." He's like, "No, doo-doo water, run."
Again with doo-doo water.
He's gonna spend issues just trying to fix all of King's stuff. Let's just skip it. Don't even read it.
All right, so Batman, are you saying the B cover? Oh my goodness. Ay.
It's Deathstroke, right?
Yeah, hold on, let me save this and I'll bring it up.
It's fire cover next week. What are you talking about, Chris Barrett? Take a deep breath, brother. What's going on over there?
Yeah, what's going on over here, man? Okay, so let's upload this photo and see if this works.
Damn, Chris.
Yeah,
Barrett.
it was one of. So if you guys don't follow, I Got Issues on Instagram. Not only is Chris just a really great guy, he's got a great Instagram, and he drops these videos each week looking at the next week's hot covers and books. And that's how I saw this Deathstroke Batman cover. So if you just follow his Instagram, every single Wednesday or Thursday, he drops this video breaking it down. And freaking look at this cover, dude.
Holy shit.
Look at this this is insane.
But it's a Matina.
It is Matina.
So that means he stole it from somebody.
He didn't steal it. Come on, man.
Look at the Batmobile getting
he said that's the next shirt. Come on, man.
Dude, look at that cover. That is insane. I don't even pick up Batman, and part of me is like, I just need to look at this cover.
Get it? It's $1 more, bro.
Cover.
It looks amazing.
You don't do that, Jabroni. You don't play that game with
$1 more. No, sir.
No, he's like,
I'm trying to save every penny and dollar and dime that I can for that Turtles #1, bro.
That's true. All right.
That Batman cover though is incredible, and if the interior, if the story is anything like that cover, that's going to be a good book to read.
What else is available, man? I might as well just check this out.
Covers lie a lot.
You know what covers don't lie a lot? And John can attest to this. The Last God.
Oh my God.
Last
Look at this
God.
one. Jeez.
The covers are fire. Oh, that's a nice Catwoman.
Yeah. What's the cover A for that Catwoman? Do they have it?
Yeah, it's Joelle Lee-Jones.
Yeah, but what did she do?
Recommended that Last God to me. I should have picked it
Oh,
up.
that's a
I
nice
like
cover
Conan.
too. I'm gonna probably get that Joelle Jones cover.
That's sweet.
I was talking to Jabroni because this was my read of the week probably last week. This is the 3rd issue of Last God. It was incredible, and the artwork. I'm just going to show you one drawing that I sent to Jabroni and that 4 Horsemen crew, because this drawing is like nightmare inducing. Like it's just messed up. Let's see if I can find it. They cross a bridge and they find a dead. Oh, am I reading issue 1? No, that's issue 2. Sorry, wrong issue. Look at that.
Hey, Edwin, you got a question from Chad.
Yeah, I was typing up. So I actually found one on auction right now, a 5.0, but it's still got 2 days left, and it's at 1,500. And I know that's going to go up.
Your T-shirt coming.
I'm thinking of I already have one T-shirt, and I've sold a few of them. But I want another one. I want another one that says "Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back." That's my gimmick.
So they're crossing a bridge and they find a dead woman who's a skeleton holding her dead baby. And this is so if JB wants to go tight in on this one.
Check, let me get that on there.
Dude. I don't know if I can get that in focus. This is insane. Like this like dead baby skeleton thing.
Oh my goodness.
It's just freaky. The whole book is just nutso.
Oh, I got
like,
a banner off of here. Hold on.
Grows legs and like it just starts like spidering out. The whole thing. This is the best issue of Last God up to now. You got to check it. This book is insane.
So there's
it's
there's only 3 issues in the whole series.
Yeah, they've only done 3, and I want to say there's 1 or 2 more left. I think 2 more left.
Maybe 5 issues.
I'll just wait for the trade at this point. I can't be.
Issue 3 was the best.
Same.
You know, cannot be
trade for 5. Get the trade for 10 instead of paying what, like 25.
But you know what's really good about each one of those issues? It's their world building. So at the very end of each issue, you get more stories from this world. So they got different, like, you know, songs, kind of like you think of Game of Thrones and stuff. They world build, and even if it's a 5-issue miniseries, they're putting a lot of effort into this book.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got another guest.
I got 2 more books that I picked up though: Lois Lane and Hawkeye.
Yeah.
You've been you've been on Old Man Hawkeye. What's up with
This
Hawkeye?
This is issue 1, Hawkeye Freefall.
Speculation.
And
I just wanted to read it. I liked
Jabroni.
the Fraction Hawkeye, so I was hoping for something good here.
And welcome to Stream. We have got Mike here from Downright Nerdy Podcast. How are you doing, my friend? Thanks for joining the show.
Thank you all for the invite, JB.
Show tonight.
It's been a long time coming.
John,
John,
you were West.
Jabroni, Dylan.
What the hell is that?
How excited am I?
What's up, brother?
Dude, do you see this? Did you see this? That's the channel's first ever freaking super chat.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. First time ever.
Yo, that's the way you start
Hey,
2020.
You are the shit, my man.
Heck yeah.
Thank you very much. You didn't have to do that, by the way. I appreciate
Salud.
it.
I can't believe that's your first.
Everybody, cheers to the first ever super chat. Woo!
If I had known that, I'd have done it before now. I didn't know you hadn't had one.
You couldn't. I never turned the fucking thing on.
I don't see it down here in the chat. I
It
don't
was
see the
at
little
30.
dollar symbol.
Yeah, 336 for it.
You can't see in the stream yard. It's got to be in the other one, I guess.
I'm
No,
looking
I
at
see
it
them both.
on the
I see them
pop-out
both.
chat. I don't see it.
I don't know. Freaking, I just highlighted this one.
I see it. That's
Awesome.
weird.
That is.
It even pops up in the
There's
corner.
another one.
Double.
Oh, shit. So Biggie freaking asked me earlier today. He's like, dude, you know, how come you don't ever have any super chats? I'm like, dude, you don't have to super chat me. I'm fine, man. Don't even worry about it. And then someone goes, you don't even have the symbol, bro. And I'm like, what? I've been monetized for like 3 weeks. What is oh, dude, now it's oh shit. No.
And I'm just excited to be the first.
Label.
I'm excited to be the first $1.99 guy.
There you go. You got
Down
the
like
first
$3.
label. Thank you so much, guys. Oh man, what a night. What an all-star fucking panel I've got here tonight. This shit's crazy. Mike, man, thanks for coming in. I've been trying to get you on the show. I know you work late and it just hasn't worked out, but thank you for showing up. What a monumentous day. I got my first 3 super chats that the channel's ever had, ever. Thank you very much.
And between Mike and Edwin, you got some of the best bodybuilders in the comic community here.
Oh, that's all him. I just wear small shirts. That's all I do.
Oh, I don't have the one now. I don't know if you guys.
Mike, you're a medium.
I used to
Medium.
always
That's it.
This is what
Always large.
Jam. It's medium.
That's medium. I love
Baby
it.
Gap has me on speed dial.
Yeah.
Mike, so we were just talking about, you know, all the channels and what the, oh my goodness, here we go again. Thank you, Chris Barrett, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. I was asking the channels what they had planned for 2020. What does your YouTube channel got planned for 2020?
So not just my YouTube channel, but also the podcast as well. I've been trying to figure out a way to kind of bridge the gap between my podcasting fans and the YouTube community. So what I've been thinking about doing is Edwin actually helped me out with my first kind of interview for both the podcast and the YouTube channel. But what I think I might start doing is adding 2 shows to our slate. We're going to keep on having the Downright Nerdy podcast on a weekly basis, but I'm also going to be doing a podcast only show that will feature a YouTuber, and then a YouTube only show that will feature another podcast in the podcast community that I'm part of as well. That way there's a little bit of overlap, and we're able to kind of get more people seeing or discovering more people creating content.
Well, I love what you're doing. The synergy between you two is great. The topics you guys talk about are freaking great, man. It's always something that I'm interested in, and it's a nerdy podcast, guys. It's ours. It's it's everything that we want to watch and do. So I mean, if you guys
appreciate that. I can't take all the credit. Riley, she definitely picks a lot of the topics sometimes, especially when it has to do with the holidays. It's like every week she wants to talk holidays. I'm like, all right, let's do it. Whatever you want to do. Yeah. I mean, this is a great break from her reality too. So I want to make sure that she's enjoying, because she's not so much into the comic books ish. She started reading a little bit here and there, which I may start getting a little bit, get her to dabble in a little bit. She started her first book ever was She-Hulk. And
you should try her out on some indies. I'll tell you, my wife, the ones that she's liked have always been whether it's Saga. Long established indies, you know, those ones that have really like done the test of time. Those books that are not like somebody with a cape, that she found far more interesting.
Dude, I had Anti-Faith over here, you know, begging for Saga 2 like it was, you know, like drugs or something. Dude, you got the next one? I need it right now. I'm like,
right?
Hold on.
A lot of good indies like that. Monstrous, I hear, is like amazing like that. You just get hooked on it and you want more of that.
Sorry, John, for outbidding you on Die the other day. By the way.
Like I don't have every single one of those books already.
That was
I have never read a single one, and I've been thinking about trying to find a reason to read them. So I'm excited.
I just wanted to make sure they went to for a fair amount of money, that they didn't just go for nothing. So I was like, you know, hey, I'll bid this, and if nobody else is bidding, then I'll add. But I knew that they would go for something.
Yeah, but that trade, getting it with the trade is the way to go, because when I read, I'm a huge fan of Die, but I went back and reread it as that trade, and it just flowed.
Nice.
I'm telling you, it flowed.
With the trade and that issue 1, you've already made your money, and then you get all those other issues basically for free by this point.
Oh! What the
dang!
Around here?
Yo,
I don't know Life of Agony, but I wish they would subscribe to my channel. Life of Agony, I
even hot?
And you know this, man.
Holy shit! That was fucking. I'm blown away right now. Holy
why
shit.
did he
start 2020?
You got $2 from Ben Compton too.
I did not bid dollar. Why did I block Dollar Bin Fodder? Oh shit! If we did, it was an accident. Is there anybody in the? Did another administrator do it, or did I do it?
I didn't.
No. Hey Biggie, how do you unblock somebody?
You might need to go into your like YouTube settings inside of like the studio.
Biggie's gonna say it's gonna cost an extra 20.
No, Biggie blocked me. Biggie kept blocking me in his fucking chats, and I was like, "What?"
If you want to check your settings, that's fine, because I got a question for Michael that I think is going to take a little time here.
How do I? Okay, let me go.
You want to get rid of the banner there? Let me. Okay. I don't know. So okay, Michael, I watched the Star. If you guys haven't watched, he had the last podcast was great. He and Riley talking Star Wars. They watched some great trailers. It was a really, really, really great podcast. I really enjoyed it. My girls, of course, love watching, but mainly, sorry, not for you. They watch for Riley. They think she's very funny and entertaining. They want more women in this community, so they really appreciate her. But my question is, you surprised your lady with a trip to Hawaii. It was a big moment. It was like, I was like, oh my God. Her reaction was, I don't want to put on a to go to Hawaii. It was an amazing 5-minute segment. And I'm like, is she canceling the trip, or are you still going through with it? That's my question.
No. She is super excited. I think the big thing for her was because a lot of girls don't like not knowing how to pack for a trip, right? And she was getting a little upset that I think so she's from northern Michigan, right?
I lived with 2 ladies. Can I give you my point of perspective on it? Was, hey, I just got through Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, and I've been eating a lot, and now you want a bikini in Hawaii, and I'm kind of feeling like no, thank you.
Oh, well, hold on real quick, babe.
No, you don't have to get her. I don't want you to have to get her.
Come here.
John, you're fucked up, man.
John has a question for you.
Come on, whoop your ass, John.
I love Riley. I love her, but I could read her in that moment. I could read her.
All right, so John has a question.
Riley, it's my fault. Riley, I'm so sorry. Hi, Riley.
Sorry, I'm in my PJs.
No, don't be sorry at all. I tell you that I was grilling your man about my favorite part of the last podcast was your reaction to the Hawaii trip.
Yeah.
And I was, as a husband and a dad of 2 girls, the whole time I was thinking, I know exactly her reaction, and it's this. And I thought it was this.
Yeah.
I just had Thanksgiving. I just had Christmas. I just had New Year's. I've been eating sweets, and you want me to wear a swimsuit in Hawaii for photos?
I told him it was fine as long as he's okay with some whale watching. Because that's what he's going to be getting.
I knew I felt like that was the response you were having, and it was totally normal. And my wife would have the exact same reaction.
Yeah, we're both pretty like fit individuals in general. We try and maintain a fairly healthy level, but like it's the holidays. I'm trying to eat pie.
Right?
And
Dessert matters, man.
So you get Hawaii plus lots of pie.
So
what you get.
I rebutted with prepare for every one of my surprises as a Hawaii trip. That way you don't have to worry about it.
No. He said you should just always be prepared to be in a bathing suit. I'm like, not during the holidays. No, sorry. No, I'm eating the pie.
Well, Riley, my daughters love seeing you on that show and love seeing their podcast. So the reaction was amazing. It was hilarious. And I was like, yes, I know exactly what she's feeling.
I always feel that, but I do have to say, Mike is the king of surprises. And I love being surprised. Like, I love not knowing anything. So I'm always down.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Still in the win column.
Yeah.
Which island?
So we're going to the big one.
Big island. We're going to Hilo.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll give you. So I used to visit the big island every single year because my in-laws lived in Kona and they had a coffee farm in Kona. So if you want some, I'll give you some places to visit if you want.
I will be messaging you then for sure.
Yeah.
Nice. So congrats. Sorry, Riley, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Cool. I'm gonna get out of here in my pajamas.
Cool.
So if you guys subscribe to the Downright Nerdy podcast, you're getting Mike, you're getting Riley. It's a great show. You should definitely sub them up. It's just phenomenal. So
Riley didn't get to put her Rod hat on.
Bang! There it is. There it is.
Is Rod in with us tonight?
I haven't seen him much lately, I feel like.
Oh, yes.
Man, I haven't seen Rod in a while. But you know what? Just for Rod, cheers to Rod.
That's another comic at 84 production.
Damn. That is another comic that at 84 production. Just killing the game, man. Kenny, thanks for all the great content tonight, baby. I love you.
That might have been my favorite of the ones he's done.
Really?
It's catchy. I love that too. So catchy.
I think actually this one is my new favorite. And I did not even know that he did it. I didn't know he did this one. Dude, where does he find the music, man?
I don't know. He should put his logo. He should put his logo in the corner.
He does. We got to get a Comic 84 logo on him somewhere. Powered by 84.
Put a little watermark on all of them.
I know the New Dylan one is pretty dope.
Oh, Mike, you were on the road. Did you get to see it?
YouTube for it.
Did you see it? Mike, you were on the road. You were on the road. All right, you ready? I've already played it 4 times. Fuck it.
Let's play it again. I haven't seen it.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
So fire. And a new logo. And a new logo.
That is awesome.
Man.
Hey, when Mike and I finally meet up, we're doing that.
Hey, we're gonna do that. And we're gonna replace that scene for you, Dylan. All right?
Yeah.
Oh man. You guys got to redo this scene.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I'm going to Texas. I'll bring the baby oil.
Who cares, John?
Oh my goodness, that is awesome.
Because everyone wants to be Arnold. Nobody wants to be Carl Weathers in that moment, right? Carl's gonna get himself.
He's an asshole.
Shot up.
Yeah, it was. His arms are still used though. That was a good movie.
Even when they got shot off.
That was one of my favorites.
Mando.
Oh man, Commando, good movie.
Commando.
Edward and I share a lot of love for Commando.
Ooh,
So we're all
Commando.
watching
So many
Mandalorian,
good
right?
one-liners.
Everybody's all caught up in Mandalorian. Is everybody all caught up? Yeah. Din Djarin, the Black Saber. Now we're seeing this
Dark
Black
Saber.
Saber that used to belong to Sabine in the cartoon and the right. Are we all cool with what's going on with the Black Saber? We understand how important that thing was and what it meant to the Mandalorian, which by the way isn't a race; it's a creed. Well, I took notes, baby. I took notes for that shit. What do you guys think? What do you guys? I mean, all these people are dropping Disney like left and right now because there's nothing to watch. Because Mandalorian's over.
Plenty to watch.
But there's, I mean, right?
Nothing new. Like, yeah, stuff people have seen already before.
They Disney's dropping WandaVision earlier now. It was supposed to be released in 21. Now it's being released later this year.
2020. Yeah.
Before Winter Soldier?
I think WandaVision is gonna be the first
should
one.
actually come out after Black Widow.
Oh,
see, I thought WandaVision was like after, but I obviously.
Oh, no, it'll take place after in the timeline, but I think in the release date is what I'm.
Well, actually, you know what I meant? I thought Falcon and Winter Soldier is supposed to be the first one to come out.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yo, we get them soon.
Didn't TiVo go live today and talk about something happening on WandaVision? They were going to premiere. WandaVision will be first. And that during this is what he said today. I mean, literally right before this stream, he just shot up live, had 70-something people in there. So they're going to debut She-Hulk in it. And that she was going to, what made She-Hulk funny in the comic was that she fucked with the crowd. She broke the fourth dimension or whatever it was. And she did it before Deadpool did it. She-Hulk did it. And TiVo threw that. So I think WandaVision is next. I think that's coming next. Hey, you know who else we got in the chat right now? Drew Manchu, baby. Man, I love Drew Manchu. You guys got to watch him. He's hilarious.
Can I just say, though, when I signed up for Disney, I know people are running after Mandalorian because they're like, I only wanted that. I legitimately signed up for What If. That was like the show I want to watch. I want to see an animated version of What If using all those actors' voices. That's the show I want to see. So for me, like, I'm looking way down the line to what's going to come later. I got a great deal on a year's worth of Disney. I just want What If. That's the show.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the most successful out of all of them.
For real.
The
kids and adults.
Plus, they're doing it cartoon, so they can get all kind of crazy at the cartoon. We just saw how good a cartoon series can be, with Rebels. The Star Wars cartoons were fantastic.
Yep.
I know. I've been watching those.
And
did any of you watch Resistance?
Resistance? No, I haven't.
want to, but I was
the Star Wars animated series. It was terrible.
It was terrible.
Yeah, it was not good. I forced myself to watch the entire thing just because it's Star Wars related, but the storytelling was just not. I was really expecting something similar to like a Clone Wars, but
yeah, Rebels is dope.
Yes, Mr. Robot God, I love your videos. Oh my God.
Thank you, Biggie. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you.
Yes, great vid earlier. As a matter of fact, there is a link to John's video from just before this show in the description below. So if you haven't seen it, go ahead and make sure you grab it. I've also got Edwin's.
Edwin's got a new video too.
Got a new video. The link to that is in the description below. And I think I know that we just previewed his new intro bumper, but Dylan, aren't you dropping a video tonight? Tomorrow?
Yeah. The Thor.
When are you gonna drop it?
Maybe even the 2 Donna X ones, but Thor for sure.
For sure.
Gotta edit it.
Okay. Well, if you end up dropping it tomorrow, do it after 9 a.m. so I can throw it in the show. I'm just saying.
I'll probably drop it late night tonight, man.
Oh no, I was gonna say Comics on the Mind asked, did anyone watch Doom Patrol? I did. I loved it.
I have not watched Doom Patrol.
It's wacky. It's out there. I know Perry loved it too. It is a crazy show. Very good though.
I'll tell you if we get claimed here it'll happen within 20 minutes of us ending the stream. I'll get a thing. I'll tell you, Dylan.
Well, has it uploaded?
No, it'll up.
No. Dylan, have you uploaded the video?
No, not yet.
Because that's usually when I get copyright claimed. I won't even put it on. I'll upload it to YouTube and I haven't press publish, and they've already sent me an email saying You have a copyright claim for this amount of time.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
So
Good
usually
to
what
know
I
that.
do with all my trailers, I'll before I cut and splice everything, I'll what you call it? I'll change the speed at which they go, so it kind of messes with the algorithm trying to
That's interesting. Messing with the speed. Ooh,
like,
Yeah.
like all the
It's
speed
all
is
about,
set
like-
at 100.00. I set it to like 103.25 or whatever. I don't know. I do that. I mean, I don't know if it helps or not, but I haven't had a copyright claim in probably 4 months, and I've still been using clips longer than 10 to 20 seconds.
I was gonna say most people do, you know, for channels like you. And then it's all about like it's a computer or a bot, like just basically listening. So it's like if you mess with the frequency, you probably should be good.
I don't want to cover up Mike, but did you guys read this comment here? Because I like the weekly dropping. Like it is the event to look forward to. And no, I don't get to binge watch it, but it's water cooler talk for a week instead of water cooler talk for a day. You know,
Yeah.
it's something to look forward to.
I think that was John. Wasn't that your issue with Mandalorian though? Was that it wasn't water cooler talk? Like there wasn't anything at the end of an episode other than episode 1 where you were like, "Holy crap! I cannot wait for the next episode."
I watched the whole series so that I could see like, can my girls watch it? You know, I was just kind of trying to see like, is it appropriate?
And
I felt like it was fine. So then we sat down tonight, and I knew they would love it. I knew that it was right up their alley, and they watched the first, I think, 4, and they plowed through it. And so having rewatched them, episode 1 is so freaking good. And I just feel like the show never is as good as episode 1.
Have you seen the last?
I did,
Last
yeah.
two?
It's still
Really?
not good.
Yo, I'd say the last 2 were even better.
I saw the best meme that almost encapsulates what it is, and it was they took the 3 main characters, they took the baby, they took the Mandalorian, and they took the girl. They put them all together, and they put the title "Adventures in Babysitting," and that is literally the show. I mean, that is literally the show.
So
It's not a Boba Fett bounty hunter show got thrown out the window so they could make Adventures in Babysitting, and like, holy crap, that show is not what I wanted.
Oh, dude, I don't know, man. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I enjoy all the little Easter eggs to the fans. I enjoy all the little nods and innuendos of past stories. I love it. It's just there.
Good.
So
I'm a Star Wars fan, so I need it. It's like my fix. Making my Star Wars.
I finally got it.
Damn it!
Cheers.
Cheers.
So yeah, Dylan, I agree with you in the sense that I think that 1 and 8 are probably the strongest episodes. 1, I still think is being the best. What concerns me though is that what concerns me though with Mando now is that it's almost been the focus has been changed to the Baby Yoda, and it's starting to I'm starting to worry that that's going to be the future of the Mandalorian now is Baby Yoda, and I'm hoping it's not.
But how do they dodge that bullet?
He doesn't show up in the next 3 films, so he's gonna die. I mean, come on.
There's no way Disney kills Baby Yoda. Come on, brother. There's no way.
They will beat him to death.
What are they gonna do with him?
Put him in another movie coming up.
Explain that he wasn't around for the last 3 movies.
Another thing that
we haven't seen what happens next. You know, he might be on his home planet or something.
Yeah. Another thing that concerns me is that Jon Favreau and
Dave Filoni.
Dave Filoni, thank you. They've come out and said that season 2 is going to have a lot of characters that we know from the Star Wars, especially like Empire and Return of the Jedi. Like a lot of those, a lot of lesser known characters are going to make their appearances, and I'm hoping that they don't vomit nostalgia in our face. I really want to see new, interesting stories, and I mean that new, interesting stories that won't pretty much insult the viewer. That's what I mean, it's kind of how I felt when I know, John, you disagree with me, but that's how I felt when I watched Rise of Skywalker. I just felt like it was a big slap in the face to me.
Can I say I totally understand what you're saying. Yeah. I watched Rise of Skywalker and I can see how that was like a reaction to Last Jedi, But I feel like, how do you have it both ways? Oh, I hate Last Jedi because they really did things differently and they really pushed the envelope and went different ways. Oh, now I hate Rise of the Skywalker because they really gave me everything I always wanted. Like,
I wouldn't say I hate
make
it.
everybody happy. That's what I said. I mean, it doesn't matter.
I hate Last Jedi, though.
So I'm going to split the difference with you. I'm going to split the difference with you because I do feel like that Abrams did this was the best of the three new ones. In my opinion, it's just me.
It was stunning.
I like the first one the best.
I like the first one, but after the
I
first
still
one
gotta
came out,
rewatch
I almost
the newest one,
retroactively just made me not like the first one that much more because of the events that I know are going to happen.
Right.
The only thing I was disappointed with is it was a little bit of a ripoff of Endgame.
Dude, it was a ripoff of Endgame and every Star Wars movie ever made. They were using all the
Batman
same
versus
tropes.
Superman and
All the same tropes.
And I will say,
the cavalry at the end of the ships was like the cavalry coming behind Captain America. I mean, it was just.
I was waiting for Ray to snap.
What you could also say is a ripoff of Return of the Jedi, which has like the same kind of moments at the end. But for me, like what I liked, and I understand I'm in the like minority on Last Jedi. There are definitely parts of Last Jedi that I don't like. I love that the writer-director Rian Johnson was pushing the envelope. He was going in directions nobody predicted. He was going in ways the story didn't take you where you wanted it to go, but where you didn't expect it to go. And I really appreciated his vision versus the JJ for Force Awakens. I was so frustrated that we went to another goddamn Death Star again. And I was like, good Lord, do we have to do another damn Death Star? Like, you couldn't come up with another plot device for this movie.
Yeah, so two things on that. Rian Johnson, I think, is a bigger Star Wars fan than anybody since George Lucas.
Fact.
I know I admire that he pushed the envelope in trying to make a better Star Wars film. He just failed. But the on the flip side with that with the Death Star thing, it just brings it back to like the lazy screenwriting of the entire Rise of Skywalker. I mean, essentially the first half of the movie is just a fetch and go storyline. Like, oh, I need this thing. Oh, to get what? To get that thing. Oh, now I need to get this thing.
You talk about Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, I'm
just going to flop around. I mean, there's so many little and big gripes that I have about this movie that just took the totality of circumstances just makes me say like, okay, this is just not a film that I'll probably see for a third time. So after we recorded that, I had only seen it once, and I felt like I was a little too harsh on the movie during our recording. So I saw it again 2 days after this past Monday with my dad. And, after seeing it a second time, I realized I wasn't harsh enough.
I couldn't get through it. I couldn't get through it.
Just do another one. But I vowed to myself that I wouldn't talk Star Wars, this new trilogy again for a long time, and unless it was like a ranking of all 9 films or all.
That's hilarious. I love it. But for me, I felt like I legitimately would never watch Mandalorian again.
The names showed up.
I felt like there's basically no way I'm ever going to watch The Mandalorian again. And I will probably watch The Rise of Skywalker, Last Jedi, and Force Awakens again. But I will probably never watch Mandalorian again because there are so many episodes. And I think Perry had a comment like way long ago where he used the word filler like 4 times. And I felt like that was constantly the problem. I don't know how you make an 8-episode television show and have more than half of the episodes be filler, where nothing important happens. You could literally take that episode out, throw it away, and watch the show, and it would be the exact same.
It's like I was watching Rise of Skywalker. Exactly.
I was just like, holy crap. You get 8. I watched Lost, and they did 24 episodes in a year, and they might have 2 fillers.
Lost? I've never heard of that show.
You watch.
Tell me more about it.
You're telling me that The Mandalorian can't fill 8 30-minute episodes?
No,
holy crap!
Right?
Well,
Hey,
if it was like all about the bounty hunter, every episode I bet would have been like that. Every episode.
The Mandalorian.
You know what's odd to me is there
been
more about called the show Baby Yoda.
Like
maybe it makes more sense. I don't know.
Even
then, buried in a closet half the time.
Always getting out. I almost feel like they're trying to go for something like an A-team kind of thing, where every show has nothing to do with the one before, and the only ones that make sense or that have any bearing are the first and last.
Yeah, you could literally put the first and last together, and you'd probably get a good movie out of it, and then that you don't need the rest.
Well, no, you need 7 and 8. 7 and 8 are like part 1, part 2.
You mean 7 when he runs around trying to find a babysitter the whole episode?
What? Well, they get barricaded in too.
In episode 2 or 3 where he actually goes.
You gonna tell me that shit when Queel died? That ain't get you.
I like that
3.
one.
I thought when Queel died, that shit hit me harder than Leia dying, man.
That's because when Leia died,
it didn't even hit me. When Chewie cried out, it hit me.
So Chewie crying was the best thing that came out of these 3 movies.
I agree.
That was the best thing. All of the other fake deaths, they didn't matter.
You know what's hilarious about that moment too is that it was JJ trying to fix what he screwed up so bad in Force Awakens, which is that moment when Chewie walks right past Leia.
But isn't that the biggest irony with this new series? Is that they keep ripping on how broken the prequels were when they're trying to fix something with something that's broken as it is.
The prequels are better.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of before this new trilogy came out. A lot of people.
What am I wrong about this time, Drew? What am I wrong
about? Yeah, but everyone was ripping on that. So the irony was like, hey, they're trying to fix something that they thought was broke. And
no, I agree that this is not up with the original 3 films. That it's just not. And to hope that it would be is impossible. Like it's just not going to happen. You don't have a Lawrence Kasdan, who is a really talented writer, sitting at the helm. He did 2 of the 3 original films, and arguably, in my opinion, the best of the original films is Empire, and he was the guy who took over from Lucas and really did it.
The guy who co-wrote Argo, so he had one good movie.
Comic Court. There it is.
It's a Comic Court. I'd be happy to debate Mandalorian
in the Comic Court.
I want somebody to explain to me.
Drew, where's Drew?
Bono needs to be in the Mandalorian because that lady cannot act to save her freaking life, and they're bringing her back for season 2. I want to shake
this son of a bitch.
She's just supposed to be a badass. She's just supposed to be a badass because she's a fighter.
Hot garbage water.
It makes no sense. It is horrible. This is
what
personal.
you don't need to put on Comic Court is damn Doomsday Clock.
Oh.
The problem is trying to find somebody to like it. I've already told you one person that likes it.
Who?
The Comic Queen.
Oh yeah, I don't think Nat's ready to fight that in court. I don't know if she's ready. That's a big one.
I think other people enjoyed it too. I heard a lot of issue 12 was awesome. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
There you go, Perry. Perry's my man. Lost is probably the best show I've ever rewatched. Literally rewatching it the third time. There's my man.
You've never seen The Wire, then. You got to watch The Wire.
Old fashioned, bro.
I've seen that show at least.
It is an old fashioned. Yeah.
Did any of you watch?
I saw that one.
Did any of you watch 24?
Teach you something
back in the day. Yeah. You're a big Jack Bauer fan. I
like the first few seasons, but
I mean, it dropped off. It was up and down for a while. The first 4 or 5.
I love The Wire up till season 5. I think season 5 is a little.
Loved it.
The first 4 seasons of The Wire are better than pretty much anything out there. So that's definitely a fair analogy.
Damn it, John! I love you, man.
You ever see Sons of Anarchy?
Season 4 of The Wire is probably the greatest television season I've ever seen.
Ever.
Jabroni.
Watching those kids go through the school system and just get shattered to the winds is just it's powerful, man. It's powerful.
I bet, especially for you, man.
Yeah. What is True Man 2 says he's gonna roast Nat over Doomsday Clock.
Dude, she loved it.
Chemist brings up something funny. He says, "You know how many people left the theater pissed waiting waiting so long to see a Star Wars film when went right home and watched Mandalorian?"
That was the first word out of me in my mouth.
I've never been so angry with a franchise and then so happy with the franchise in such a short period of time.
Here we go.
Can I just say, before Drew takes over the show, can I just say, Michael, I think the reason The Mandalorian is so loved is because The Rise of Skywalker is so hated. And I think people are loving Mandalorian because they're like, thank God somebody gets it. And they're not realizing how shitty this show is because they're so busy saying at least it's not Rise of Skywalker.
John, they're saying, thank God somebody gets it, but unfortunately, it's not you. You don't get it.
You cannot tell me that show is not filled with filler.
It's not filled with filler, and I'll tell you exactly why it's a fantastic show and why it succeeds on a number of different levels.
Look, he already lost this argument. He'd already done.
Hold on, John. Come on. I gotta hear it.
Look at him. He's doing his fancy king wave me off wave. That's not going to work.
Go ahead.
Look, John. The Mandalorian does spectacular storytelling in a couple of different ways. It does it in small, short arcs, and it does it in individual episodes that have a feel to them that nothing in episodic television has had since the Incredible Hulk walked away to sad music every week. It's really, really intense storytelling, and it's the same way that Filoni told stories via the Star Wars cartoons. You were getting one-off episodes, and then you're getting small arc episodes. It's the same way the Star Wars storytelling has been since they started doing the Clone Wars cartoon show. If you enjoy that kind of storytelling, you're going to enjoy the storytelling in The Mandalorian. And were there some cringeworthy parts of The Mandalorian? Yeah, but not nearly as many as there were in the last trilogy of Star Wars movies, or in the trilogy of Star Wars movies before that. The Mandalorian is the best representation of the Star Wars universe that people want to see since Rogue One, which was the best representation of the Star Wars universe that people wanted to see since The Empire Strikes Back. Not since The Empire Strikes Back have we gotten these kind of Star Wars stories. And you get that with a couple of different properties: the Clone Wars cartoon series, the Rebels cartoon series, the Mandalorian, and Rogue One. And people want to argue this, but Solo was a better movie than The Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker or The Force Awakens. Better movie by far.
Okay, so Drew has dropped a couple of just absolutely ridiculous statements here that really need to be backed up.
And I love Lost, John. I love Lost, okay? I love that show. It might be my favorite network television show of all time. But to say that there are no filler episodes,
I did not say there were no. I did not say there were no.
There's filler seasons in Lost.
I did not say there were no. What I said was that if Lost only had to do 8 episodes, just imagine if Lost only had to do 8 episodes in a season. And they were 30 freaking minutes each.
Only 30 minutes.
How many freaking?
And only 30 minutes, so they were.
I mean,
episode.
Mando's only.
You could cut out that freaking
Bill Burr is longer than 30 minutes.
Throw it in the garbage.
Yeah, the Bill Burr
episode 40.
That
Bill Burr episode, you can
in the dumpster, brother.
Sure, you think that, but then you get the fantastic fighting sequences that are in that episode, and it's worth it.
I fell asleep twice in that episode.
Yo,
because you're old, boomer. Get over it.
Twice.
You're falling asleep. You ain't even.
Hey, boomer.
Boring. Your mind, John.
How about episode 7? Looking for a babysitter for 30 minutes. Holy crap! Can you watch
like the Village?
Can you watch the kid? Can you watch the kid?
There was one filler episode I thought of Mandalorian.
The Village.
One.
No, there's only one filler episode.
The Village was a remake of a.
The one after
yeah, The Village was a beautiful send up of a Kurosawa film. It's great.
Scene is going to be.
Whoa, hold on, John's about to lose it.
Holy crap! Did Drew just say it was a beautiful rendition of the 7 Samurai? Get him the heck out of here!
It is.
As good as
It was well done.
7, which is half as good as the 7 Samurai. You're insane.
It was good. It was good.
You're insane.
There's one filler episode that's the main. It's the main win. That's the only filler episode. That's Tracy Ullman. There's only one episode.
We're going to court, my friends.
That's
We're
Tracy
going
Ullman
to court.
Doesn't know what end of a stick.
Order the court. Order the court. Order the court.
The farmer has a stick and he doesn't even know which end of the freaking stick is sharp. Drew,
yeah, it was terrible.
Holy
crap. You know when George Lucas created it, that's what he created Star Wars in. Like old samurai movies.
You know there was like an ATST in that episode.
John Favreau and
an ATST
the effects were awesome.
Destroyed by freaking Care Bears 5 times over in Return of the Jedi, but an entire farm of guys.
Whoa. Those are cannibalistic. Those are cannibalistic pocket Wookiees. Okay, there's nothing cuddly about an Ewok.
Come on.
Yo, I got Return of the Jedi poster right behind me.
I love it. Order in the court. Damn it. Order in the court.
In the court. So, John
so I think that while there's a lot to say about both Mandalorian and
shit.
the new trilogy. A lot of gripes that people have. The number of gripes and the severity of the gripes for Rise of Skywalker, I think, outweigh anything that the Mandalorian does, whether they're all fillers or not. I think it's just my opinion. I mean, they're like I said, but they're the holes that were in the new trilogy are just too big to pass over.
I got a question for you that love the Mandalorian. Did you like that they showed his face though in episode 8?
But they didn't show his face. Only a robot saw it. That doesn't count.
I wish they wouldn't have taken the mask off.
You just say they
Trying to do a little bit too.
Look, I know that you channel yourself through a robot at sometimes, John, but robots don't count.
You literally said they don't show his face. They show his face.
No, he didn't show his face to anybody, though. You saw
us.
it.
They showed it to us.
There's a fourth wall.
Like, we know what the dude looks like. Anyway.
Not everything is Deadpool. Not everything breaks the fourth wall. Like, he still didn't show his face to anybody else. He's not a living thing.
And dude, he's dead. IG-11 died 10 minutes later, 5 minutes later.
Right.
Until they refilled him. Died in episode 1 and they brought him back.
No way, he's serious.
What did you think the filler episode was?
I thought that Prison Break one was the worst when they kept running around in the same fucking circle over and over and over again. I'm like,
it was so funny.
This is reminding me of like a really bad, what was it? The Buck Rogers.
I didn't
back
like
in the day on TV.
Star Wars is a really bad
Buck
Buck
Rogers.
Rogers. That's what it was designed as.
I didn't like
That
all
was
the
worst
red.
one.
It was so funny though, and when he
which one, Dylan?
Hashtag John is right, man. You got to block that Urban Fodder again.
I didn't block him the first time. Did you block him?
No, I didn't block him. I don't have a wrench, I don't think.
Oh shit!
It must have been Biggie. Biggie's got that wrench. He's throwing around.
I think he said he did. My bad. He said earlier, my bad if I did.
Let's get back to the topic at hand, which was Rise of Skywalker. Okay.
Okay.
Not that bad.
Not that
I'm
bad.
just say it. Not that
Not
bad.
that bad.
I really
I
did
think
not
we're all
enjoy.
agree with that, right?
Really
Not that
didn't
bad.
enjoy the sequel trilogy at all. I thought that 8 might have been the most atrocious thing that has ever been done with the Star Wars license. It's worse than the holiday special. It's just really bad. Ryan Johnson, they're like.
Can you watch Attack of the Clones again before you say that next time?
I just
watch
watched
Attack
it
of the
recently,
Clones.
and I'll tell you what.
Watch Attack of the Clones.
The first 2 movies in the prequel trilogy
Jar Jar
are really
John
bad
Binks.
because of the acting. The acting's really bad. The script is really rigid, but the effects are fantastic and still hold up in a lot of ways. That pod race scene didn't need to be in that stupid movie in the first one, but it's amazing to watch. It's really, really cool.
Right. Now, we have a game just all about that.
That aside.
Okay.
The new
I don't
trilogy,
understand how Ryan wanted balance. The whole movie is talking about balance. You get to the end of this movie, Ryan Johnson in the Last Jedi.
But there was no balance.
Balance.
Yeah.
It's going to be balance in the Force.
Right.
And you get to the end, and there's no fucking balance. They both should have died. Everybody should have fucking died. Everybody dies.
They both should have
balance.
They both should have died, which is great. But I think that the reason why 9 is such a hodgepodge mess of bullshit that kind of has to work its way out is because 8 was such a terrible departure from what JJ was doing in 7 that there was no way to make a leap from what 7, 8 did, and then 9 couldn't have been a linear story. They had to basically go back and retcon 8 out of existence for the most part. They do that in a lot of really cool ways. Like some of the things that I really hated about 8 are undone by 9 fantastically. Rey is training. Boom, she's got powers. All right, why are they so expansive? Boom, she's a Palpatine. Why is Leia able to magic space Leia her way back into the ship? Oh, she did Jedi training too, but we didn't know about that until it was retconned into existence by J.J. Abrams in 9.
It was so weak.
It is weak, but the thing is, it's that weak.
You had to fix it. You had to be explained.
You couldn't just put.
You had to explain
it. Like here, I'm going to explain episode 8 for you guys as quickly and as easily as possible. Okay, they're running out of gas, which is something that has never been discussed in Star Wars before. Okay.
Oh yeah, running out of gas.
They're running out
I've
of
heard that
gas.
before.
They're running out of gas just down the reach of the Empire. Like, okay, this is the dumbest thing or First Order, dumbest thing ever, right? There's forced comedy, and in the meantime, we gotta fake our way off the ship that nobody can get off of, right? To get back on the ship that nobody can get on and off of, right? In order to get this thing that we need, like this MacGuffin, and that whole plot is just pointless. Now you take the Ray stuff, and they're like, oh well, everything that we learned about her in 7, all the questions we have, none of them mean anything. Oh, who's Snoke? Doesn't mean anything. We're killing that guy off. It doesn't mean anything. So everything that JJ did, that even like all the lead up to The Last Jedi was, well, we're going to find out who's Rey's parents are. We're going to find out, who is this Snoke guy. We're going to find out all these things, all these answers to all these questions, and all the answers to all those questions were, fuck that, we're not doing that anymore.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Was completely panned by the entirety of the fandom, right? And then they came back and they were like, okay, well, how do we undo that? I think JJ did a fantastic job doing that.
Did you hear? What do you think of them saying that JJ didn't actually get the movie he wanted?
That's fine. I don't think JJ got the movie he wanted, but I think what we got was the most politically correct version of a wrap up to this miserable story that had just a giant turd dropped in the middle of it.
Doo-doo water.
Right. It's
doo-doo water.
You guys ever play that game when you say I, and then the next person says when, and then the third person says to, and then I go and then the second person goes store, and then the third person to. You don't know where the story's going, right? JJ set up questions that he was going to answer or have answered. Ryan just took that and went, well, we're not doing this. And then Disney went, wait, JJ, what were you going to do? And he's like, well, let me give you the best answer to what I was going to do. And they're like, yeah, but we need to cut 20 minutes out of that so we can get 40 more showings and 30 more theaters and 20 and that's the way that the movie business works. But what we got that was a hodgepodge of ideas that came around full circle, brought 7 full circle to answer a lot of those plot threads, ended up being a really great C-3PO movie. Like it was, I don't think anybody can deny that C-3PO and Boba Frick were the best parts.
Boba Frick was pretty cool.
But C-3PO really came into his own.
Was
so funny.
Was the ghost in the chick ghost in the bathroom of Harry Potter?
Moaning Myrtle.
Yeah,
Moaning Myrtle. Yes, that was her.
I tell you what, though, I had a lot of fun at the theater watching Rise of Skywalker. I thought that the Sith world, the Sith holocrons, whatever they ended up calling them, Wayfinders, I thought that was cool that they brought that in. That's
from Rebels.
There's this planet. There's this cult of people who are working to resurrect the Emperor. That kind of stuff was cool, and I thought that it needed a lot more flesh on its bones to really have any sort of say in it. But you can now watch episode 7 and then episode 9 without seeing episode 8 and be perfectly fine.
And that's how I'll always do it.
And that's really all you need to do. Like, and I think that episode 8 is beautiful. It's a beautiful movie. It's the most beautiful, pointless piece of shit.
Choreography is garbage.
So, right. But there's like
Disney Plus. They released the Last Jedi, but it's score only, no dialogue, just the music.
That sounds awesome.
The best thing that is the continuity wise is in the entire nine episodes. John Williams' music is the best.
John Williams' music.
I tell you what, though, if you listen to that Mandalorian.
No, it's good.
It's so much better than everything else Star Wars right now. That Mandalorian theme, I can listen to every cover of it on every different instrument. I got like a playlist on YouTube of like, oh, this is 80s synthwave. This is the second version of 80s synthwave. This is the mandolin version. It's all delicious.
I was hoping that he had a small little cigar in his mouth like Clint Eastwood. I'm not gonna lie. I was really hoping for that.
Nice.
I think that Last Jedi sucks out loud. It's just really, really bad for a number of different reasons. And although I don't think we got the best movie we could have out of Rise of Skywalker, I think that we got more than I expected. And I think that I left the theater happy. The people that I was with did not leave the theater happy. They were pissed off, and I was like, "What did you expect?
What do you want? You can't make everybody happy.
Theater experience.
These are the same people I saw Last Jedi with, and the second that Leia goes into the ship, I said, "Magic Space Leia, what the is this? What is it?" I screamed it in the theater. I looked at my buddy. I was like, "What the fuck was that? What the fuck
was that?"
I was so angry, and nothing in this movie did that to me. Nothing in this movie hit me like, no, that doesn't make any damn sense. It all kind of, even though it was just like slow this here, throw that there, throw this here, throw that there. The Zoe Bliss stuff didn't really have any impact on the end of the story. It was fun. There was fun stuff in there that was really fun. I really enjoyed it.
And I thought it was a lot more fun than I expected it to be.
It was missing the heart, bro. Like Endgame and Infinity War, you're about to tear up, man, when some of those scenes.
Oh no, I teared up 7 times in this.
It's no heart.
7 times I teared up in
Ray
this
and
movie.
Black Han Solo and not Luke, like whatever Poe is. Like these are the characters that they brought you in 7, and they were like, well, these are archetypes, and then they did nothing with those characters. In the second story, and they tried to do a little bit to make you care about him. And this one, there's that running joke, like when they were asking Poe, like, what did you used to do? Like, oh, and he's like, well, he was a spice runner, and then he's kind of ashamed of it.
Drew, therein lies the problem, though, right?
You gotta click on that. Yes, it's so good. It's so
Did you
good.
guys some of you read that new Star Wars book? Did you notice it looked like maybe Poe's dad is one of the rebels in that shit? Because he had the name Dameron, and he's like, my wife and my son is on or something. That was just something. If you guys read that,
Drew, therein lies the problem with the character development. They try to bring they brought in these new characters in Force Awakens, which were, I guess, they were interesting. Yeah, I was excited to learn more about it, but because of what Ryan did, and because of the time schedule that J.J. Abrams was put on for this movie, the third one. He was essentially trying to force 2 movies into one, which ended up being just a cluster because there was no continuity or direction from the get-go. JJ wanted to. He asked some questions during the first one, but he didn't have an answer to it. He was hoping Ryan would kind of be like, okay, yeah, here's the kind of path I want to go, but there was no. I hate to keep saying it, but there was no end game for episode 3.
Before we go any further, hold on. Before we go any further, I kind of invited John on. Then I told him we're only going to be an hour.
I was just gonna say, you said that, but then you invited Drew on.
I said we're only going to be an hour, and then John's like going,
Hey, can I stir the pot real quick, just one more time, real quick? It'll take 2 seconds.
Yeah, what you got?
This is the reason why this is better than Star Wars.
Oh
no!
There we
go.
Fire, brother.
That's a whole other show, man. That's a comic court right there.
Well,
Star Trek, Star Wars.
Star Wars fandom is killing itself. It'll end up like Star Trek fandom. Like, when's the last time you heard about a Star Trek convention? They're all just pop culture conventions.
Every year,
by other things now.
And by every year, I mean every 5.
But I did want to offer this opportunity right now to say thank you to John. And if you wanted to bounce at this point, I completely understand. Does everybody on the panel want to keep going a couple more minutes, or should we wrap this up at this point? It's totally up to you. We can keep this going in the backstage. Dylan will go.
You know, Drew's gonna be here till 2021. So
long.
And you know how we roll, bro.
I don't run out of hot takes.
We
all loaded up.
So I'd like to go, we'll just go take it to, the top of the hour, another 20 minutes. I'm cool with that. If you guys want to stick around for that, totally cool. If you don't want to stick around, I absolutely understand. And I appreciate you stopping in. But now let's get back to it. Where were we, man?
Where were we?
Where were we? I'm thinking on the Star Wars.
I actually have a non-Star Wars question for y'all.
Yeah.
Since I'm assuming y'all are big or have read Moon Knight, what do you think of Daniel Radcliffe being eyed as Moon Knight?
Here they're also looking at the Mandalorian himself to play Moon Knight.
Pedro, really?
Some people
like
say
either of those
he
choices.
should be Wolverine.
I think Pedro Pascal has proven to the higher ups at Disney that he is a name they can bank on.
We've only heard him. I just found out he wasn't even in the damn suit.
He wasn't in the damn suit for one episode.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you tell by watching the guy walk or something? That
No. Do you know which?
else?
Do you know which episode it was?
No.
It was The Village.
The Village. No.
Oh.
The one where they're
There
like,
you
you
go.
take your helmet off. He wasn't even in the suit.
Take it out. Nice.
Yeah, but we all got to see Pedro get his eyes plopped out by the mountain.
Oh,
One of
that's
the greatest
right.
scenes in HBO history.
That's
I would say TV history.
right,
That's not TV.
right?
It's HBO.
Yeah, it's not
that
TV.
episode.
He was cool in that too.
So that, I don't know. Maybe I would rather have him than the first choice.
Yeah.
I
mean,
don't know. I think Radcliffe
Radcliffe
has a really great acting chops that he is that a lot of people haven't seen.
Okay,
he's
I was
really
gonna say,
great in
maybe
a
it's
lot
not-
of indie stuff.
Yeah.
He's
He
done other
did Horns, which is a Joe Hill book.
I think Radcliffe would be amazing, and I don't think there's
He's
any.
got to put some
flaw in-
muscle on, man.
Yeah,
He
he
gotta beef up.
Dude, if they can make what's his name, Najani, if they can make that guy look amazing for Eternals next year, anybody can do this.
Kumail Nanjiani has been on a
Captain
program.
America now.
Yeah,
all
he's
real,
been working out with Dave Bautista.
Kumail Nanjiani also came out and said, "Hey, guess what, kids? You can't do this without being having a personal chef and a trainer. Like, with a personal chef and a trainer and being paid to work out every day, yeah, you can do it. But without
And
that,
Radcliffe could totally do that. I think Dollarman, you're crazy. Radcliffe could he'd blow the doors off of that.
But I think he's a short actor too, right? He's not 6 foot. He's short guy.
He's like 5'9".
Radcliffe is a small dude. He's a small dude.
He's
But,
small.
Pedro Pascal is a huge guy.
Hairy dude.
I bet. I don't know, man. I just feel like, I guess Wolverine. But Logan is a short guy, so they got a short actor to play him, kind of shortish. I don't know. Moon Knight just feels like he should be at least 6 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. You get the costume
movies,
on him,
right?
you get the angles right. Like what's his name? The guy who played Daredevil. Jeez, it's gonna blank. I'm gonna blank on his name. Not Ben Affleck, the TV Daredevil, the good one. He's
short guy too.
He was in
He's
Cox.
really short. Charlie Cox is not a big guy.
Yeah.
He's very, very small. You're talking about guys that are in, who was it that was doing an interview about it? And he's like talking about doing action scenes and all this stuff. And he's like, I think it might be Bernthal. Bernthal is also a very small person.
I have
a lot of muscle on his frame, but he is a small
I
person.
think he's like 5'10".
I think it was Edward Norton. I heard talk about his role in American History X, right, where he's all jacked up, and then the white supremacist stomping on people's heads, like fighting with people on the street. You buy him as a badass in that movie.
Yes, I am.
And when his brother saw that movie, I heard him on Rogan talking about it. It's like when his brother saw that movie, he's like, "That's my little brother. He's still like
20 minutes.
still a twig, a little short drama kid. He's not beating up anybody." But that's the thing is these guys, these professional actors. They've been in theater their entire life. They're not huge people. That's Bernthal.
Yeah, man. How tall are you, Mike?
Dude,
How tall are you, Mike?
I think if
you make Bernthal look like a little bitch.
I know, dude. Those fucking pythons. Holy shit.
I'm only 5'10".
See,
I think anybody who says
you're a big dude, but you're not a tall guy.
I know. I know.
If I could grow facial hair, I'll be Wolverine all day.
There you go, John.
I think anybody who says that an actor's not right for a role because they're too short doesn't understand how filmmaking works, because they can make anybody look tall with sets, with costumes, or with smaller actors around them. I think it's just BS. You're like, oh no, he's just too short when the guy's like maybe 2 inches off of what you expect from the role. It's just ridiculous.
What's that movie with Charles Grodin?
I don't know,
Tom,
man.
is it
Freaking
Arnold like
dude, I
super
stand next
short?
to Arnold Schwarzenegger. The guy's a shrimp. You stand next to that guy, he's tiny. Stallone
makes the
Stallone short, right?
I don't think
Cruz
Harry
is short.
Potter's gonna put
I mean, they've been doing this in film since the 50s with John Wayne, right?
Short actor, right? So a lot
John
of
Wayne wasn't tall either.
Dude, De Niro was rocking like these like shoes that had like this big bottoms on them for The Irishman.
They
Like,
did
you're
look
looking
at
at
you're
better
in
acting
LA,
right
right?
now, and he's just standing next to Pacino.
Patrick Wallace.
He's got these goofy ass shoes on.
So, John, you're in LA, so you've probably done the studio tour at Universal Studios where they go through the old Western scenes,
the studio
and
tour.
then they see they show the old movie sets with John Wayne where they made the doors smaller, right? I mean, they've been doing these tricks for years, and they would have
John
like,
Wayne was
boxes
small.
that John
Yeah,
Wayne would
that's
have to
right.
stand on, right?
So I legitimately went to Planet Hollywood for my sister's birthday, and Arnold walked in and like took pictures with everybody in the restaurant. And I was in like my sophomore year in high school, and I was like 4 inches taller than that guy. He was tiny.
But you wouldn't fuck with him though.
He didn't go to film school.
You shoot them in a way that makes them look big. Size, when you're talking about 2 or 3 inches, size is a ridiculous statement to make. And again,
That's
people
what she
mentioned
said.
Charlie Cox and John Barenthal and all these guys on the great Netflix shows. To say that Daniel Radcliffe can't do it because he's 2 or 3 inches too short is ridiculous.
I don't think he can put the muscle on. That was the first statement I made.
He totally can.
I think the only way we get Radcliffe to play Moon Knight is if Ron Weasley plays Constantine.
I'm gonna load Camille Nanjiani's picture because
I've seen it.
He's like shrimp, and the guy came out looking like freaking Hercules,
shredded up.
Yes,
I don't think
he
he's
can do it.
gonna look like
Anybody
that.
can do it.
So when is it in August, JB? When Silicon Valley Comic Con was going on, Schwarzenegger came and he was charging $450 for an autograph.
That's crazy. That's
he was charging crazy amount of money
insane.
down here in San Antonio too.
He had to pay off his ex-wife.
That's a 5. No way.
That's why he made
Stallone
Terminator
5'6".
7 or 8, whatever.
I'm
it was.
5'6".
No way.
Yeah, Stallone's like, yeah, he's definitely tiny.
Holy shit.
It's all right.
There you go,
Tom
JB.
Cruise is
You
5
see, you
foot
stay
tall.
active, you can look like
4.5, bro.
I've seen that picture.
All right, hold on. What's this?
Yo,
If Kumail Nanjiani from the freaking
Oh, he'd be a good Moon
Valley
Knight.
show can do this,
No, he's in Eternals.
freaking
Yeah.
anybody
Oh,
can
shit.
do it,
He got ripped, bro.
dude.
Damn.
Didn't you see him
Best
when they
example
when they
is
announced him?
is
He
Star
was on
Lord.
stage like looking
Anybody
like Mike,
can
bro.
do it, and Disney will pay for your trainer and all that crap. Anybody, freaking, if Chris Pratt and Kumail Nanjiani can do it, why are you worried that freaking Daniel Radcliffe can't?
I don't
I
think
don't
you
care,
can.
Do you remember? Do you remember?
They pick him out down.
So anybody that body builds, anybody that lifts, and Michael note too, there are 3 types of build to somebody's body, right? You have the smaller type, you have the perfect Arnold Schwarzenegger right in the middle, and then you have the old Hulk. What was his name?
Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno body, right? That is the big build. And that's one of the reasons Lou Ferrigno could never beat Arnold Schwarzenegger in a Mr. Olympia, because his body build was so big that Arnold Schwarzenegger always looked better. I believe that Harry Potter's body is of the slimmer kind of the 3, and he won't put muscle on like that Najami guy.
There is one way he can.
It's called HGH.
More
They
Arnold
all do it. Every Hollywood is on HGH. Every single one.
There's no way that Chris
I'd be on the
Hemsworth is
shit
not
too.
shooting that crap up.
But they still won't. There's still 3, and if you think I'm
You're gonna
lying,
have like a Peyton Manning forehead on him by the
still
time
will
he starts
not look.
training
He still won't look like that guy.
from all that human growth hormone.
I got a big dump. Well, not as big as Mike's, but
Yeah, well,
I actually got a small head, surprisingly.
that's why.
What's in there?
Oh man,
All
we
right.
could do this
You know
all night.
what? You know what I forgot? You know, I bet you on this panel we got to have at least one good one. I need Disco's dirty joke of the night.
oh, I don't have one.
Oh man, all my dirty jokes are racist.
Oh God! Serious?
I'm just joking.
Can we get one? Nobody's got one they want to share. John's thinking. He's thinking. What? Hold on. He's got one. He's thinking.
I don't know if I have any dirty jokes anymore, man. I got dad jokes.
Should say it or not.
You got one? Come on. Disco After Dark, man.
No, I mean, I've got I don't have like a dirty joke. I'm trying to think. I really want one that's like nasty, and I'm trying to think of a nasty one.
Oh,
Right.
nasty.
Ooh, you nasty.
You nasty. All right. You know
I've
what? While
got
you
my
think about
Irish
that,
drinking joke. I can do my Irish drinking.
let's do the
joke.
Irish drinking joke.
I think I told on one other stream, and
Okay.
so it's, a guy, an Irishman, walks into a bar, and he sits down and he says, "I'd like 3 beers, please." And the bartender brings him 3 beers, and he's like, "You sure you don't want one at a time?" He's like, "No, I want 3 beers, thank you." And he starts drinking them all kind of at the same time, and then he leaves, and he comes back and he does it a few more times. He drinks, he comes back, he orders 3 beers, he drinks, and finally the bartender, he's like, "Okay, what's going on? What's with the 3 beers?" And he's like, oh, well, I have 3 brothers, and my 2 brothers and I, we like to sit down every once in a while and have a drink as if we're all together when we're all sort of separated around the world. And it's a nice way to sort of spend time together. And the bartender's like, oh, that's kind of nice. And so he goes on with this a few more months. And then one day the brother comes in and he gets 2 beers. And the bartender's like really worried. And he comes around, he's like, I'm sorry, did one of your brothers die? And he's like, no, my brothers are fine. I just quit drinking.
Yo,
I love it. Come
I
on.
got one for you, bro.
All right, Dylan. Come on.
What's the difference between a G-spot and a golf ball? A guy will actually search for the golf ball.
Ah! What if Perry just had one up?
I got a long joke for you, JB.
How do you embarrass an archaeologist? Which period? Perry, come on.
Perry.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Bear walks into a bar in Beaumont, Alabama, and says to the bartender, give me a beer. Bartender says, I'm sorry, Mr. Bear. We don't serve bears, beers, and bars in Beaumont, Alabama. Bear says, look, man, I'm really thirsty. Had a long day. It's been a rough one. All I need is a brewski. Can you sell me a beer? He said, I'm sorry, sir. Like, no matter what your day was like, we don't serve big brown bears, beers, and bars in Beaumont, Alabama. He said, look, man, give me a beer. And he said, sir, we don't serve big brown bears, beers, and bars in Beaumont, Alabama. He says, look at that woman down the end of the bar there, sir. If you don't give me a beer, I'm going to eat her alive. He says, I'm sorry, sir. Even with threats of violence, it's against our policy. We don't serve big brown bears, beers, and bars in Beaumont, Alabama. He said, you know what? I've had enough. And he goes over, he rears his teeth, his claws. He's gnashing on this woman. He's eating her alive. There's flesh flying all over the place, viscera and entrails. And he comes back with flesh hanging from his face. And he says, you're going to serve me that beer now, bartender. And he says, I'm sorry, sir. We don't serve drug users here. He says, what are you talking about? I said, that was a barbiturate.
Ah, barbiturate.
Hey, so old Wolf in the chat sent me one. He said, what's the difference between a pickpocket and a peeping Tom? He says, one snatches your watch and the other watches your snatch.
Oh, oh, this is great. So, gentlemen, we're coming up on the end of the hour. I want to close, but I want to give each of you an opportunity to kind of pitch your wares. So I've got a banner, and it's called Taking the Mic, and we're going to start with the Jabroni who's taking the mic. Tell me, what's coming up on the Jabroni's channel?
Well, it's the comic Jabroni, and it's my time to talk, and I'm on the big screen, dig it? Hey, I'm the comic Jabroni, guys. On Thursdays, I drop review videos of whatever comics I picked up during the week. On Fridays, I go live, so tomorrow, check my live stream out, because I'm going to be announcing the giveaway winner for my new year. Giveaway, dig it? And then next week, man, I'll be on Buyer Pass with Rod, Just a Regan's Comics and Perry, and maybe the 4th horseman of the 4 horsemen. This gentleman right here next to me, John's Comics with Kids, man. Thanks for having me on tonight, brother.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much. John, taking the mic. What's going on here with you coming up this weekend?
Hey there. It's nice to be spending some little time with you. This is the Rod taking the mic moment.
No, I dropped a video tonight. So you go to my channel, you can see the latest.
Link is in the description below. Link is in the description below.
And I also dropped a video, I think the day before, one of my starting line videos on The Flash. And apparently I'm prepping for a comic court destroying the Mandalorian. So apparently that's my
All right. Dylan is, oh wait, where'd my banner go? Taking the mic, Dylan, taking the mic.
Hey, what's going on, guys? You know, I'm dropping videos every day. I'll have my my Thor video out probably late tonight. I'll have the X-Men video out tomorrow, and you know, I'll be dropping videos every day, like I said. And your boy just hit that 260. So 41.
Damn!
Hundo.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Good stuff,
So,
Dylan.
We getting
all right.
there. We getting there.
Mike, tell me what we got coming up.
Nothing. I'm going to Hawaii.
Going to Hawaii. I'm going to Hawaii. I'll be back in 2 weeks.
No, so past few weeks, I've been doing this Star Trek recap of all the Next Generation seasons and movies. in preparation for Star Trek Picard that comes out at the end of the month. This upcoming weekend, I'll be coming to you live from Hawaii, and we will be discussing Star Trek First Contact, which is probably the best of the TNG series. My guest will be Brandon from Fake Nerd Podcast. We're gonna have I think I'm gonna have Home from Bored and Annoyed Podcast. A couple others I'm sorry, I can't think of offhand. But the DNP show, the podcast will actually be taking a week off, and we'll come back with some hopefully some cool video from Hawaii.
Have a great trip to Hawaii, and the last one to take the mic is my man Drew Manchu.
I tell you what, JB, tomorrow night we're going off the rails on the Comic Core. Friday night, community show. Every Friday night, we are live at 10 p.m. Eastern. There's going to be more reviews coming up on the channel. I took a nice little break for the holidays. Been all over the place. You can tell the schedule over there has been kind of thin, but everybody should be coming back full force next week. And this Saturday night on Blaster Stash It, we're going to be doing the Stashies. And I think I'm going to be making an appearance on the Stashies. It's our year-end review show where we give out some awards for some different categories. So look forward to that, and look forward to me talking all week about how much I enjoyed Skull Digger and Skeleton Boy. This was my pick of the week for this week. Everybody needs to go out and pick it up. I'm not going to stop talking about it until everybody's read it. Fantastic stuff from the world of Black Hammer and Jeff Lemire.
If you never read Black Hammer, would you
Hammer
jump into it?
Yes,
I've never read Black Hammer.
It's easy. It's like
you haven't read Black Hammer yet?
It's like Batman and Punisher combined in the Black Hammer universe. Like, so you don't need to know anything about Black Hammer. It sets itself up. It's self-contained. But if you know about Black Hammer, there's a couple little Easter egg drops in there that you go, ooh, what's going on here?
Very cool. All right, so I'm taking the mic to end this, and if you're watching this channel, thank you, bro. I really can't tell you how much I appreciate your time. Whether you're watching me in the morning, you watch me in the afternoon, you're watching me at night, or you watch me on the replay, thank you so much for watching. I can't tell you how much it means to me. It is so cool to have my family, my comic book cousins out there all in, enjoying the content. You know, I'm trying to create like a forum for people to interact and chat. And so far, it's just been phenomenal. 2020 is off to a great start, and I just can't thank you enough. So you're looking for me tomorrow morning at 9:15 a.m., 12:15 p.m. Eastern. We're coming with What's On Today with Discovery Bay, another edition. It's only a 30-minute show. I'm doing it live. It's a total train wreck, but it's always fun to watch me fuck that show up. Now, at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, pop-up shop time. That's right. We got another comic book community pop-up shop. And then tomorrow night, same bat time, same bat channel. Probably sometime after Comic Core wraps up their Off the Rails show, I'm going to go live with another edition of Disco After Dark. And we don't know who's going to be in because I haven't booked any guests yet. But if you're interested in being on the show, hit me up on Instagram and we'll get you on the show. I want to thank my guests one more time for all stopping in with me today. Man, this turned out to be a really amazing episode, and I really thank you guys for stopping in, man. It was fantastic. I've got an outro that I'm going to play right after I play my intro again because I love that Biggie Shaq cut. And as always, don't forget, we had a good time.
We had a good time. We did have a good time.
Thanks, everybody. Peace.
Trying to keep it clean, brother. You never know who could be watching, man. Biggie Shaq's coming for you motherfuckers, dude. And what you gonna do? What you gonna do, man?